Welcome, everyone, and let's get into it. Everyone here at why is this on me? There we are. Now we're back. The rudely being kicked off. Let's get into it. The Rise of Skywalker, a film that was basically changed right before shooting. Now, I'm quite sure you saw Colin's script, and Colin's script was one of many drafts, but this was the storyline that they had agreed to move forwards and towards that lined up with the other movies that had come previously before it. There was never, ever any intentions whatsoever of bringing back the Emperor. The Emperor was not part of the story. His time had come and gone. They were moving to new characters, newer things. But something happened. There was a film that came out before it called Solo, a Star Wars story. As much as people loved Han Solo, they're going to eat this up like they did Rogue One. Now, they didn't anticipate Rogue One doing what it did. It went above and beyond, and it gave Disney the false sense of security that they could do whatever. And Solo went on without a hitch, and I liked Solo. I never had a problem with Solo. But a lot of people just felt like, I don't feel like going to see this one. Doesn't look interesting. And a lot of people did not go back to watch it again. Very shocking. Now, what this did was put a shit scare into Star Wars, into Lucasfilms. Not Disney, but Lucasfilm. Lucasfilm was nervous about bringing in new characters, and the script needed to go back to JJ. JJ had to right the wrongs. They could not have their big masterpiece, the last chapter, episode 9, be a failure. And what scared them was the Solo. They felt like, oh my God, we're losing it. We're losing our core audience. So they halted the Boba Fett movie. They halted the Kenobi movie and said, no, we can't do it. They were going to bring Ian McGregor out and announce the Solo movie. And good thing they didn't back in 2017. Now, where does this leave the film? Well, the way the story was going, the main villain was Kylo Ren. Kylo Ren has stepped into his own to be the main villain. There was no love affair for Rey. Of course, he wanted Rey to be with him, but his anger for her not being wanting him, well, that was going to play a big part because she had eyes for another, which was what, Poe Dameron and Ray was supposed to have a bit of a love affair. I told you it was built up in The Last Jedi when they met for the first time. She had a thing for him. Now, Kylo Ren, the story was written around Kylo more than it was Rey. Now, this was always going to be called Skywalker. That was their name on the original script. Duels of Fates is just a tentative title until they come up with something that they wanted to call the film. Now, Skywalker was the original workings of this film. Rey was never going to be a Skywalker when this was over. It was never going to end in that fashion, where she winds up being a Skywalker. Kylo Ren giving her life force and sacrificing himself, that part was in the original script. After he picked up the force ability to be able to drain people of their force or their essence. He learned this new ability by a dark side Yoda who trained the Emperor. Now, this tapped into Star Wars canon and made a lot of sense for those who followed the Clone Wars series. And these movies here were more adaptive to including the Clone Wars into their canon of just regular Star Wars, which made fans go back and check out the old films. Now, what Kylo Ren should have done and what should have happened was Yoda and everybody rally around Kylo Ren from the Force realm and bring him back to the light. The way he went out was kind of cheesy. And the kiss that they had at the end of Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker just didn't make any sense. It was like no one was feeling it. Even when they kissed each other, it was just like, this is awkward. It just didn't fit. It was like, this looks like a reshoot. And there's like zero chemistry here. Why are they kissing? They never looked like they had a romantic link at all. Well, could have been worse. I've seen worse. Oh, I've seen worse. I don't know what's gonna happen with Kylo Ren. Kylo Ren is, like I don't know what they're gonna do with the bonus features. What they were gonna, we're gonna see, what really went down, or they saying the deleted scenes are so great. Like oh man, these scenes are outstanding. Well, okay, that's cool. I mean, I came there to see the Emperor, so bringing back the Emperor to me was a no brainer, and it was always going to win whenever you bring the Emperor back, and that's what they wanted. They said, "Look, they love nostalgia. Don't give them anything new. We had to learn that from the Last Jedi. They don't want it, so we're gonna rewrite this whole script, and we're gonna give them what they want. Bring back the Emperor. He's back in a way that makes no sense, but hey, they love the Emperor. Bring him back." And that's what happened. Emperor was back. Kylo Ren was a stooge. And here we go with the movie. He's right back in the same boat, and it felt like, well, we could just watch The Force Awakens and watch The Rise of Skywalker and cut out The Last Jedi, and you don't miss a beat. You really don't miss a beat. Okay, Snoke died. That's about it. Everything, it's like they omitted everything that was in The Last Jedi. And it just don't even make sense. He could just came in and told you, "Hey, I killed Snoke. I am Snoke. I created Snoke. I'm every voice that's ever been in your head." So I'm like, well, all right, well, Snoke wasn't nobody. He just ended that fantasy. So when Solo tanked, this was the next best option. The next best thing. Let's go all in and alter this movie and make Kylo Ren the co-star or the co-villain in this movie. Then you have Poe Dameron's character, which he really didn't like the direction his character took. But hey, his character was supposed to die in the first film, so here he is. He made it. He was supposed to die in the torture room with Kylo. Then they said, man, he has such a good shooting scene in the beginning. They was like, man, we might as well keep him for extra time. Oh, I'm shaking because it's time, it's time to shut it down. The body's getting tired, eyes are getting beadier. It's bedtime. Like to thank you for playing EA Sports. Yeah, I need to get my rest. So I'm gonna get out of here. I wanted to continue this, but I'm too tired.